without considering the day and night. They are doing that water supplies and shelter homes. Schools are made rescue homes, and we cannot say that what will be the no nature's fury. Nature's fury. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to hear about that. Sreedharan, you're from Kerala?
Yeah, from Kerala.
Okay. More work for Amachi.
Flood situation is grim and it is receding. And because of that, we lost our brother's life. Brothers and sisters are lost. And more than 300 lives are lost.
Wow.
Yeah, and 206 people are yet to be found from the mud. Yeah, I don't know.
An earthquake, you said?
Not earthquake, but I cannot say for sure that mountain is with the heavy rain and it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
In Malayalam, it is said that Urul Portal. Yeah.
Landslide.
Yeah, landslide.
Landslides because of torrential rain and it's in a zone of very what do you call vulnerable zone, I would say.
Yeah.
So anyways, welcome to the poetry reading with Bless. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We are here to celebrate the songs of humanity and poetry, whatever it is. But today is also a special day. We have people across the world are celebrating World Friendship Day.
Yeah, friendship.
Friendship Day, but somewhere it is celebration, somewhere it is, wailing, and we witness much of turmoil and turbulence across in India and especially in the parts of southern India.
Yeah.
In Kerala, we see more than 300 lives have been lost.
Yeah.
And there's torrential rain because of landslide. People were buried, and these things are happening even in Himachal Pradesh. Not only in India, everywhere it is there, and in European nations, like war is happening. So what can we do in this aspect? So we could only bring the solidarity through the expression of poetry or the word. We try to bring in peace. We are all for the peace. We are all for the humanity. We are all for the love and calmness. So let us begin the show with our esteemed, honorable, wonderful writer, human being. I would say that Meena Chauhan is an inspirational personality, I would say. So please welcome Meena Chauhan. She's a wonderful lady. She herself has inspired many people. I mean, every day she walks around taking people and something like that. I know I could just explain. So Meena Chauhan, over to you, ma'am. Please give a round of applause, please.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you. Good evening, good morning, all my dear poets. So today is Friendship Day, so I have written already. पहले लिखा हुआ था दोस्ती पे, तो वो मैं आज सुनाती हूँ. दोस्ती, कुछ पल की बातें कैसे दोस्ती में बदल गई पता ही नहीं चला. कुछ पल की बातें कैसे दोस्ती में बदल गई पता ही नहीं चला. ये दोस्त जब हम और तुम साथ होते हैं, कब सुबह से शाम हुआ पता ही नहीं चला. ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली है, ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली है. छोटी हो बड़ी बात, खुशी हो या गम की बात, सब मैं तुम्हें बताती हूँ. कभी मैं तुम्हें समझाती, कभी तुम मुझे समझाती, ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली है। पुरानी बातें करके हम हंसते, फिर कहते क्या दिन थे वो। कभी खट्टी तो कभी मीठी बातें, जब हम दो दोस्त साथ होते। दुनिया चिढ़ जाती, ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली। जब दोस्त की बातें किसी और से सुनने को मिलता, मन उदास हो जाता। जब दोस्त की बातें किसी और से सुनने को मिलता, मन उदास हो जाता। बस इतना समझ लो, अनमोल हीरा है ये दोस्ती। इतना समझ लो, अनमोल हीरा है ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली। ये दोस्त जिस गम से ये दोस्त जिस गम से आंखें भर आए, वो गम भी मुझे बताना। ये दोस्त जिस गम से आंखें भर आए, वो गम भी मुझे बताना। दोस्त वो है जो बिना कहे समझ लेता है हर बात। दोस्त वो है जो थामे रखता है हाथ, जिसे कोई बात समझानी नहीं पड़ती। ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली। एक विश्वास है दोस्ती, दुनिया के सभी रिश्तों में खास है दोस्ती। दुनिया के सभी रिश्तों में खास है दोस्ती। जीवन में जो घोल दे रस, वो मिठास है दोस्ती। जीवन में जो घोल दे रस, वो मिठास है दोस्ती। ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली, ये दोस्ती कितनी निराली।
Beautifully defined, man. कितनी निराली है ये दोस्ती. I know unmatching and match. What do you call? You cannot define dosti. So if you have another one, you could read out, man.
Yes, I have another one. So मैंने लिखी है, कारगिल दिवस था 26 जुलाई। तो लास्ट संडे आई डेंट कम, तो मैंने वो लिखा हुआ था, आई एम गोइंग टू रीड दिस वन। एंड कर्नल गोपाल प्रधानी को सब पता है उस वॉर के बारे में। कारगिल वॉर 2 महीने तक चला और 400 से ज्यादा हमारे सैनिक गए, और उसके बाद हमने कारगिल को हासिल किया। तो उसके ऊपर मैंने लिखा है, जो हमारे वीर जवान चले गए उनके ऊपर लिखा है। भारत माँ के वीर जवान, भारत माँ के वीर जवान, हर सैनिक को जान से ज्यादा अपने वतन से प्यार। हर सैनिक को जान से ज्यादा अपने वतन से प्यार। देश के आन के खातिर सीमा पर जवान शहीद हो जाता। देश के आन के खातिर सीमा पर जवान शहीद हो जाता। भारत माँ के वीर जवान। तिरंगे में लिपटा घर आता, तिरंगे में लिपटा घर आता, सिहर उठती सारा गांव जवार। तिरंगे में लिपटा घर आता, सिहर उठती सारा गांव जवार। माँ के रोके रुकती नहीं आंसू, उसे आती सब याद। माँ के रोके रुकती नहीं आंसी, उसे याद आती सब। उसकी बीती बातें, उंगली पकड़ के चलना, कंधे पे बिठाना, बाहों में जकड़ना। बहन भाई का प्यार कितना झगड़ा, भाई बहन का प्यार कितना झगड़ा किया करते थे। राखी किसको बांधूंगी, अब कौन है जो चोटी पकड़कर चिढ़ाएगा। राखी किसको बांधूंगी, अब कौन है चोटी पकड़ के चिढ़ाएगा। कितना दर्द भरा है इस समा में। भारत माँ के वीर जवान। शहीदों के नाम के कई पोस्टर लगाए जाते, शहीदों के नाम के कई पोस्टर लगाए जाते। अस्पताल स्कूलों के नाम रखे जाते। अस्पताल स्कूलों के नाम रखे जाते। शहीदों की मौत की कोई कीमत नहीं होती, शहीदों की मौत की कोई कीमत नहीं होती। भारत माँ के वीर जवान। उस माँ को अब कौन जाकर समझाएगा, उस माँ को अब कौन जाकर समझाएगा। माँ तेरा लाल अब लौट कर नहीं आएगा। उस माँ को अब कौन जाकर समझाएगा। माँ तेरा लाल अब लौट कर नहीं आएगा। बलिदान तुम्हारा, बलिदान तुम्हारा ये देश कभी न भूल पाएगा। बलिदान तुम्हारा ये देश कभी न भूल पाएगा। याद करेगा तुमको और वंदे मातरम गाएगा। याद करेगा तुमको और वंदे मातरम गाएगा, वंदे मातरम गाएगा, वंदे मातरम गाएगा।
Brilliant tribute, man. Brilliant tribute. Wonderful. Brilliant tribute. We can
थैंक यू,
never. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
थैंक
ma'am.
यू प्रसन्न।
Thank
नो,
you.
आई जस्ट थैंक यू सो
Very
मच।
touching and very emotional, and we never pay back, that the sacrifice that martyrs, we can only remember, we can only recollect their service and their sacrifice. That was Meena Chauhan. Please give a round of applause, madam.
Please like our channel.
Please welcome the Colonel Gopal Purdhani. Please, that's a
Yes,
veteran for us.
Namaskar, dosto. I've been always reciting the very strong poetry on war and mostly how to keep Aman. But today I brought a very, very light poem, and it is humorous also. I've written, मैं पेश कर रहा हूँ कि ये इश्क है साहिब, इसका जो शीर्षक है वो है मोहब्बत प्यार। ये इश्क है साहिब, कोई व्यापार नहीं है, यहाँ कोई आम लोगों का व्यवहार नहीं है, यहाँ सच्चाई, ईमानदारी और लगन से काम होता है। यहाँ सच्चाई, ईमानदारी और लगन से काम होता है। बड़ी से बड़ी कुर्बानी का स्वाभिमान होता है, बड़ी से बड़ी कुर्बानी का स्वाभिमान होता है। इश्क करता है, इश्क करना है तो बाकी सब कुछ भूल जाना होगा, बस एक महबूब से ही दिल लगाना होगा कि इश्क बेदर्द बेरहम खुद गर्ज भी है। इश्क बेदर्द बेरहम खुद गर्ज भी है, ये तो ठीक ना होने वाली एक मर्ज भी है। इसलिए इश्क करने वालों पहले सोच लेना, इसलिए इश्क करने वालों पहले सोच लेना, पर कहाँ वक्त मिलता है जब दिल होता है देना, कहाँ वक्त मिलता है सोचने का जब दिल होता है देना। कहते हैं ना कि इश्क किया नहीं जाता हो जाता है, कहते हैं ना कि इश्क किया नहीं जाता हो जाता है, जब दिल निकलता है दिमाग सो जाता है, सोचने की शक्ति खत्म। कहते हैं कि इश्क किया नहीं जाता हो जाता है, जब दिल निकलता है दिमाग सो जाता है। ये इश्क है साहिब, इश्क पर जोर नहीं, इश्क हिम्मत से होता है, ये कमजोर नहीं। मैं सिर्फ इश्क के बारे में वो बता रहा हूँ जो सच्चाई है, बाकी आपको कहते हैं।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। इश्क किया नहीं जाता है हो जाता है, बिल्कुल सर। जस्ट happens naturally and nobody knows when it comes, when it
जब
happens.
दिल निकलता है दिमाग सो जाता है, फिर
बिल्कुल।
कोई कुछ समझ नहीं आता। तो ये एक लाइट पॉइंट थी, क्योंकि मैं हमेशा पढ़ता आया हूँ, बड़ी जंगजू वाली। मैं 6 महीने का था जब सबसे पहली बार में सियालकोट सेक्टर में हमने सियालकोट के ऊपर हमला कर लिया था 1965 सितंबर 1965। तो मैंने प्यार मोहब्बत की बातें भी कभी कभी करनी चाहिए।
नहीं नहीं, वो तो है सर, मैजिकल इफेक्ट। Thank you. That was Dr. Colonel Gopal Purdhani, sir. It's a beautiful poem. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Richard Spisak. He's a wonderful human being, a wonderful artist, a technologically very sound.
You're
Please.
very kind, my friend. An honor to be among this fine group of poets. I have a few things here that I hope will amuse you. This first one is called The Infirmities of Time. Somewhere out there in the infirmities of time, you'll find your rapture, quite sublime. In the beating of a heart, you'll find music, it seems, from the very start. Between each beat that stirs the soul, the infirmities, class pines, take heart. Rhythm rolls, and so the galactic forces stroll. The wavelets of the infinite careen, expand, and interact. There's just one thing they don't contract. Like the ripples on a pond, there our expensive nature interacts and responds. Don't try to chase the passing moment. Sit back, relax. You'll cross the firmament. Blake observed the fleeting moment and urged us, let it fly, hand open, joy, he called it. Let it fly. Don't try to catch it even with your gentle eye. Time, measured by celestial clocks, listen for it, subtle rocks. Don't mark your days, my friend, by the pulses of your kin. As we observe the clock hands in its sweep, take care. Your breathing makes it deep. Mark your mark in eternity now, even in that moment when you take and make and shake your vow. Clock time, my friends, by celestial orbs. Don't be troubled by when the pond disturbs. And this one is my little salute to the silliness. You know, we all live in a world that sometimes we must condition the air, it seems. So this is called Thank the Gods. Thank the gods for air conditioning. It forgives and ameliorates my awful geo-positioning. I needn't worry about the heat, not scurry from when my sweaty feet refuse to rest in clothed in shoes. What we'd do without it, heaven and carrier and train only knows. And refrigeration lets me refine the chill enclosure where I keep my wine. And the freezer where I store my lunch so that in August my salad still goes crunch. All the merry music of ice in my glass, all the hot and sultry days my ancient family passed, allows my Coca-Cola stew to bubble and sizzle like, well, you know who. Frames and confines my salad in cold cuts so fine, preserves the food in each plastic container. Sure, it sheds little old plastic potatoes that taint my bloodstream while it does its work. Does that make me a soda jerk? But when the Texas grid collapses, what are you going to do? How slow at 120 degrees Fahrenheit the time slow passes. Without the clink of ice in your glass, no regulation slaps their wrist. Who's exactly to blame for this? No Democrats near to give big business pause. So lordy, lordy, we chum in their greedy jaws. So when in deregulation the grid collapses, trust me, there won't be no icebergs clinking in your glasses. So when in deregulation no air conditioning lights the neighborhood, there won't be no televisioning. All those trinkets that surround might as well be paving stones. No, not a single jingle sound. And the climb-aware old weatherman will finally be silent. No more complaining while in this TV studio silent stands whether or not it's raining. No more complaining about climate change while the deck chairs on the Titanic get subtly, almost imperceptibly get rearranged. Thank you so much, my friends. An honor to be with you.
You're the master of words, Richard. What a wordplay, as always. Witty yet thought-provoking. That was Richard for you, my dear friends. Please give a round of applause. Please welcome Sreedharan Parokode.
Am I audible, Ji? Memories show a lot. The name of my poem is Memories Show a Lot. Memories show a lot. It is so elegant when one is absolutely alone. Memories show a lot. It is so elegant when one is absolutely alone. They add colors to life, filling emotions in inseparable and indescribable moments. It turns violent sometimes and becomes silent in some unpredictable moments. It turns violent sometimes and becomes silent in some unpredictable moments. The life moves on, wrapped up in a small stick. but keep memories intact. Their life moves on, wrapped up in a small stick, but keep memories intact. This is my English poem. And for lines from Malayalam, okay. Nirmanam means construction. Construction. പഴയൊരു വീടു പുതുക്കി പണിയാൻ എന്തെല്ലാം വേണം. പഴയൊരു വീടു പുതുക്കി പണിയാൻ എന്തെല്ലാം വേണം. കല്ലും മണ്ണും ഒരുക്കിയിരുന്നാൽ ഏതു മതിയാമോ. കല്ലും മണ്ണും ഒരുക്കിയിരുന്നാൽ ഏതു മതിയാമോ. കഷ്ടപ്പാടുകൾ തീരാനായി കാത്തുകിടക്കാമോ. കഷ്ടപ്പാടുകൾ തീരാനായി
Sir, unmute, sir. Unmute, please.
കഷ്ടപ്പാടുകൾ തീരാനായി കാത്തുകിടക്കാമോ. ശിഷ്ടക്കാരുടെ വേദന മാറ്റാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥനയേകാമോ. ശിഷ്ടക്കാരുടെ വേദന മാറ്റാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥനയേകാമോ. അറിയില്ലൊന്നുമെനിക്കിവ തീരെ ഒന്നു പറഞ്ഞിടുമോ. അറിയില്ലൊന്നുമെനിക്കിവ തീരെ ഒന്നു പറഞ്ഞിടുമോ. അറിയാം നമ്മളൊരൊറ്റ മതക്കാർ. അറിയാം നമ്മളൊരൊറ്റ മതക്കാർ. അറിവുള്ളവരായോ നമ്മൾ. അറിവുള്ളവരായോ.
How beautiful, sir. How beautiful construction. Huh? But memories brings, sometimes violence. I want to call.
Yeah.
That line very, captivating sometimes. And it's like should be given a thought. Thank you. That was Sreedharan with his beautiful, singing and a poem as well. Please give a round of applause.
Thank you.
Let me welcome our rock star Unmesh Mohitkar. Please welcome Unmesh. Unmesh ji, please unmute your mic. Maybe it's somewhere. Maybe meantime. Please welcome Santosh Bakaya, is a very well-known writer, poet, and award-winning, of course. Please welcome, ma'am. Kindly unmute your mic.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
Oh, good evening. It was wonderful listening to the wonderful poets. It's always a delight. And so here is my poem, and it is from Where Are the Lilacs? Where are the lilacs? Have they stopped fighting? The weary and the wretched, the weary and the wretched, wounded and woe begone, wordlessly wept. It was hurtling down an abyss, it was said, filling it with dread. Suddenly it spied a group of kids holding hands around the fire, hopping, skipping, jumping, drumming, humming a continuum of peace. The trees stayed, smilingly strumming, peace, we want peace, peace, we want peace, peace, we want peace. The flowers resounded, peace ricocheted from the walls of the cave, but silently reigned the silence of the grave. The birds picked up the refrain of peace. The birds picked up the refrain of peace. A dove The echo came back smelling of peas. A dove on a sun-streaked branch basked, raised its tiny head and asked, have they stopped fighting? Have they stopped fighting? A shrapnel hit the poor deer. A shrapnel hit the poor deer. It died. It died, breathing the last syllables of peace. Oh, almost. Oh, almost. A tiny boy appeared like a miracle, scooped the dove in his arms, revived the dove with his charms, and soothing words. The birds started boisterously trilling. Tell them to stop killing. Tell them to stop killing. The dove mumbled. Let soft be your tread. Remember, the color of blood is always red. And the dove died. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, ma'am. Brilliant. Peace wants peace. Peace. We want peace. What a wonderful message that you put across, ma'am. Wonderful. I mean, at the times of this, war and turbulence, this kind of thing.
And allow me, I'll recite one more poem, short poem from my other book, Songs of Belligerence. Am I allowed? Prasanna, am I allowed?
Please.
Okay. Come, little brother, have a sip. This is from my book, Songs of Belligerence. They sat outside their tiny shack with a bowl between them, two tiny tots, a boy and a girl. This boy snatched it with full gusto, but the elder one, a daughter, matching the belligerence, pulled it back. Now she changed tactics. Come, little brother, have a sip. She tried appeasing the tiny one with a spoonful of the black liquid. A snarl of baffled rage escaped the boy's lips, some incomprehensible lingo between sips. The boy flew at the bowl like a ferret, suddenly sighting a hare after a futile search. With a blazing defiance, the poor little girl snatched it back. A full-fledged war had now ensued outside the impoverished shack. A big rat scuttled into the obscurity of a rack, and the sleepy sun opened its eyes a crack. It looked back to find that the tug of war was still on. The tiny tots, the poor little tiny tots, still fought over a bowl of milkless, sugary tea, while those lounging in the balconies of the high-rise buildings, just a few feet above them, lazily slurped their sugarless bed tea, discussing the cuteness overload of star kids, and shocked that many a celebrity marriage was already on the rocks. Thank you.
It again, no, I like the description, ma'am. There's a imagery that kind of storytelling and a message that is interlaced. Beautiful. And the voice that, very energetic, performance kind. That was Santosh, Dr. Santosh Bakaya. Please give a round of applause. Let us welcome our rock star, Unmesh Mohitkar, please. I know I got the liberty of, asking, so Unmesh.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Prasanna. As always, grateful to be here and really appreciate this platform. So today, what I will do is I will read few Hindi poems of mine, and here we go. Now, Khalish. Khalish means pain, unease. Okay. So here we go. खलिश की दुकान हम खोल के बैठ गए खलिश की दुकान हम खोल के बैठ गए जलते हुए घरों को देखते ही बस रह गए जला अब खत्म होता नहीं है जल जला अब खत्म होता नहीं है। जलने के बहाने हम बस बेचते हुए रह गए। जल जला अब खत्म होता नहीं है। जलने के बहाने हम बस बेचते हुए रह गए। यारो अब बस करो ये बमबारी। यारो अब बस करो ये बमबारी, ये गोलीबारी। खून से बंधे हुए हम बस खून के प्यासे अब रह गए। खलिश की कशिश जिम्मेवार है दोस्तों। खलिश की कशिश जिम्मेवार है दोस्तों। जिम्मेदारी नहीं हिस्सेदारी के मोहताज बस अब रह गए। जिम्मेदारी नहीं हिस्सेदारी के मोहताज बस हम रह गए। सो द फर्स्ट वन, सेकंड वन, न जाने कब हादसा हो जाए। कौन जाने किस दिन, कौन जाने कैसे दिन रात बन जाए। कैसे सोया हुआ पत्थर पूजनीय बन जाए। न जाने ये दुनिया कब ग्रहों के जंजाल में फंस जाए। कुंडली के सोए हुए ग्रह अपनी चाल से सबका चलन बदल दे। आकाश की गहराइयों में गुम राहु केतु कुंडलियों के घरों में आके बस बस जाए। कुंडलिया अंतरिक्ष में समा जाए। न जाने कब सात सुर बिना बुलाए बरसात में एक साथ बरसने लगे। न जाने कब गणित के सूत्र सूत्रधार को ढूंढने निकले। शायद ये एक दुनिया है, या दुनिया का बस एक आईना अवतार है। हम बस अंतरिक्ष में बैठे किसी परग्रही बच्चे के खेल के किरदार है। कुछ भी हो सकता है, पर ये खेल जोरदार है। पर ये खेल जोरदार है। थैंक यू,
वाह,
थैंक्स।
क्या बात है सर, क्या बात है। बहुत गहराई है आपकी वो आई नो थॉट्स में, वो बहुत फिलोसफिकल, वेरी फिलोसफिकल। वाह, ब्रिलियंट, ब्रिलियंट, ब्रिलियंट। Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. That was wow, mind blowing. Uh, Please welcome our Acharya Lantern Carrier, Manatita Hutchinson.
Thank you, my brother. And it's very, very nice to see Unmesh Mohitkar once again and to hear his powerful lines, although he looks himself more with that title which he spoke about. Let's move on. Honoring Parenthood, Medal of Love. To me, the absolute is the source of all parenting, and the birthless and deathless state called love, which is unspoken, ineffable, timeless, and eternal. Love chose my father from paradise, perhaps because I needed to excel in the lessons of dispassion and forgiveness. Dad was initially invisible until I received an American green card in '78. I was 26 years old and grateful to experience the land of speed, dynamism, and the promise of a liberty that still evades me like Houdini's magic. I was too old for Maslow's hierarchy of human needs to manifest themselves: food, warmth, shelter, love, the major self-esteem needs of bonding and becoming. Love's grace. I have always had an aversion to blame, and so I give thanks that my serenity lies anchored amidst the depth of calm aquamarine waters and sturdy ships. I'm also grateful for the children and women in my life, for they are woven indelibly like an intricate brocade on the reverence of my soul, even as our homes whispered the loving concern and sacrifices they made so sweetly. Mom was a medal of love, resilience, and dauntless courage. Sometimes lost in the sweet wine of adversities, she, like Maya Angelou, like Simone Biles, fell many times, yet they all rose undaunted, immortal phoenixes, soaring again to flames of light. So many hurdles and afflictions came my mother's way, yet I do not think she ever stopped loving, even if, at times, I sense her silent cries, her tears soaring like a condor to the infinite. Yet she never once surrendered to the bittersweet challenges which came her way. I saw her cute smile, the light of heaven in her soul, her invisible heart fervent in prayer, knowing intuitively that she was held by love's grace, the very act of mercy that sustained the 7 wonderful children. She knew by faith, like the Apostle Paul, that soulful service is a benchmark for living, that she could not love a God she had not seen unless she serves humanity whom she could see. For as much as you did it for one unto the least of all my children, you have done it unto me, says the Lord. Rainbows and sunsets are so full of luminosity, like the heavens, yet you, my mum, were peerless in the zenith of your sacrifice for loved ones, the concern and loyalty to friends, your diligence and punctual for dutiful work. Your heart's self-giving is now legendary. The light of your soul, gloriously dancing with your elegance and charisma, the etheric magic bewitching the minds and hearts of your community, singing arias in our souls. My mother served with reverence and diligence to the very end, pacing her way to the shrine of holiness to confer with the flowering white lotuses of love. It was a most beautiful summer's afternoon, and the pews were full. The Prime Minister and wife, plus a plethora of friends came, all holding cheerful handkerchiefs at my mother's graveside. The vicar gave a most stirring summon, even as I sang an invocation to the Absolute Supreme, and the minstrels' trumpets blew 70 plus 7 times in paradise. Steal away, steal away, steal away home to Jesus. Steal away now, steal away home to Jesus. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
I always wonder whether, during your performance, whether I'm reading or whether I'm watching or whether I'm listening. It's a brilliant tribute to your mother. I know words, I'm speechless always. And I closed my eyes, I just intently listening in each word. So that was Lantern. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Thank you. Thank you, Lantern.
Dhanyabad, my bhaijan.
Let's call upon Ronnie. Ronnie, you're up.
Oh, how you doing there? I couldn't make it last week, and I almost couldn't make it today. I was out in the heat yesterday, and man, you talk about hot over here. It is hot. I'm gonna go ahead and jump at it. That way, I won't take up too much time here for you. I got a kind of a different poem, and I dedicated this to a poetess named Laxman Rao. It's called My Enchanting Lady of Twilight. You are not alone, my friend, though the darkness has fallen. We are 2 lost souls in the crimson day, and our twilight has fallen upon us. We are alone in this bitter place that is our shroud. Sadness of sorrow, fill the emptiness of tomorrow. Our hearts may be lost, but we share a bond that can never be broken. The lamp of passion still burns inside of us. You will always be a queen to me. On a pedestal you stand before my eyes, a beauty that is to be desired in my soul. You are always inspired. The candle that holds the flame in my heart, your essence and presence is so enchanting, so mesmerizing and intoxicating. Elegance is intoxicating, and elegance is the glow that surrounds you. You are the moonbeam in my dark night, surrounded by the twinkling stars that wink. I dance to the beauty of the ethereal presence of you, my lady of eternity. I am the admirer of your aura and bask in your eternal glow. For we may be lonely, two lost souls living in our fishbowl, yet we are one in the flickering candlelight as the crimson day passes tonight. Two lonely hearts forever beating in unison. Thank you.
Very nice, Ronnie. Nicely crafted. Thanks for coming. Hope you're doing well and keep yourself well. That was Ronnie. Please give a round of applause, my dear.
Thank you.
Light and hope always shines. Please welcome Cheryl Jackson. CG, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. I am going to be reading 2 poems today. The first one is called Longing to Sing Like Sarah Vaughan. I couldn't bridge our gaps or right our wrongs. I didn't have a Whitney Houston voice to sing you love songs. In your time of need, to care for you as best as I could. I didn't remember all the pain you caused in life. I remembered all your good. I wished you never became sick. I wished you were never ill. Stage 4 prostate cancer that spread to the bones. My God, sobering still. If only our days were longer, why couldn't we try just a little harder? Now our tomorrows with you are lost, living on past memories of you the rest of our forever. Chilling, lasting thoughts of you as you departed life. Did you remember our brother Tony or mommy, the woman you called wife? I wished I could have bridged our gaps and righted all our wrongs. Why didn't God give me a voice to sing my dying father? Sarah Vaughan jazz and blues like songs. That's the first one. And following that one, I'm going to recite. This one kind of piggybacks with the first one that I read. Obviously I was my dad's caregiver, and also Elizabeth, my mother-in-law. This second one is called 80 plus years of living. Our souls cry out. There is a painful bellowing that wells within the aged Black soul, seeking deliverance from anguish. Oh Lord, have mercy. This crying out once heard is not likely ever forgotten. I have heard it now twice in my lifetime. Sylvester first, my father, said these harrowing words. Elizabeth, my mother-in-law, now shrieks them too. Oh Lord! During agony, and illness. They sing their chorus. Oh Lord, stop by here. Reminiscent of the children of Israel seeking deliverance from abhorrent taskmasters, it is unmistakable. Those of us that grew up with Southern plantation roots are familiar with this crying out, weathered and worn, baked by the sun, enduring Jim Crow and Mississippi cotton fields. Our bodies howl out in unforgiving heat, chopping, picking, and baling cotton. Black souls wail, oh Lord, stop by here. I pray I never repeat this mournful refrain. There is an undeniable yearning heard within this screech, much like Friday or Sunday night prayer and worship service. This crying out is an urgent plea for God to remember our wounding. Hear our bewailing balm of Gilead. Hear our bewailing balm of Gilead. Recompense us our exhaustion, humiliation, annihilation, and illness. We wait on you, Hosanna, as we sit in captivity, crying out our pain in old age on North American shores. O Lord, hear the cry of our elder generations as they roar in the waning years. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya, my Lord. Oh Lord, please stop by here.
Oh my God, CJ, you definitely be heard. And whatever you held within your heart, because came out very touching, yes, very thought-provoking. But I wish the God would hear your words and, you know, what would I say? Powerful, very emotional, very touching, very moving.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, CJ. You made me, a moment of silence, given a moment of silence to think about. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. So let us call upon Jaya Kalyanaraman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've taken a long break. I've been going through a writer's block, but today I decided I'm going to put a poem together and recite it. To begin, today is International Friendship Day. So though much as I like to tell CJ, Kumbaya, my lord, Kumbaya. That's what, it's the song that my mind's thought of when you were reciting your poem. So as usual, will start with a song. When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing, just nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running. Oh, yes, I will, to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, All you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. You've got a friend. I'm going to recite my poem, which I wrote today. I've called it Unhealed Wounds. How often have you called a friend and at the sound of your first hello, she rattles off all her foes. She rattles off all her woes. That changes the entire tempo. And when she's done, she exclaims, it's time to run. Not for a moment remembering that it was I who made the call. It was like she was just waiting for someone to lend her an ear. What comfort she derived is only hers, and I will never know. Then folks drop by to condole with another whose dear one has passed on, and not curious to know what happened, speak of their own losses out of turn. Sometimes to spread good cheer, you call friends to share the news, and it is just then that they choose to show off and be one up on yours. It is so unbecoming to steal someone else's thunder and dilute their moment of glory to relate their own story. Some folks lack sensitivity. Their unhealed wounds need addressing. To them, I say, please find a way out. Our friendship needs nurturing without a doubt. Thank you.
Wow, ma'am, how beautifully you sing, light up of the show and this poem as well. Our friends, how beautiful. Please give a round of smart advice. Thanks for joining after a long gap. And yet and again, one would be joining after a long gap. Please welcome Padma Setaluri. So very close connection.
Hi, good evening, Prasanna, and good evening, everyone. Nice to see you all. Yeah, I'm joining after a long time. This is Padma here from Hyderabad. Yeah, hope I'm audible, right? Yeah. I wrote a poem, A Therapy for My Soul. In my silent, spacious bedroom, where windows gently whisper, whistling wind blows for a while, and the curtains dance in rhythm, I enthrall the sounds around me. In the silent and serene beach, where the roaring sea jumps high, tidal waves melodiously tune, and the boatsmen gently hum, I delight the sounds around me. In the pleasant evening at my patio, where the hanging branches sway, the cloudy sky rumbles before rain, and cool breeze soothes my mind, I embrace myself with a grin. In every string of the guitar and piano, the touch of a tabla, pot and drum, in the feet of a gracious dancer and smile of innocent children, I certainly hear the heartbeats. Whenever you speak or sing, like the morning refreshing raga, your mellifluous voice enchants me, and the magical tone heals my soul in the morning, noon, and night. The song of the silent hills and valleys, the rhythmic noise of perennial rivers, the motion of weed, grass, and plants, while the nature sings for me, I echo, while I sing the songs of life, the nature thrums. Thank you.
Songs of silence and songs of what songs of other thing, but then very subtle, very silent, very I mean, very soothing poem, I would say, poet, very soothing, beautiful, beautifully, decorated, I would say, ma'am. Thank you for coming after a long and long gap.
Yeah, I could not, I could not join.
Loved your reading as well.
Yeah,
Please
thank you
give
so
a
much.
round of applause, my dear friends. That was Padma Setaluri, selected. Wonderful writer. And
yeah, nice meeting you all after a long time. Thank you.
please welcome Laxman Rao. He's got a powerful voice. And please don't go away. We got a little one will be coming and the sharing her piece. She's a tiny tot, but she's not that tiny tot, but she's studying 10th class. Her name is B. Bala Tripura Sundari, and she's mentored by our teacher P. Suvarna. So please stay on. Please welcome Laxman Rao.
Well then, thanks a lot, sir. Like this time, I would like to go for a change. Instead of poems, I would like to go with my quotes. My quotes, I've been presenting my quotes here and there. I've been getting a little bit of recognition rather than the poems. So I would like to go with my quotes. Here I go. If change is the only thing that's constant, if change is the only thing that's constant, then certainly uncertainty is the only thing that's certain. Then certainly uncertainty is the only thing that's certain. So this is how it goes. And the second one. What if you love everything else apart from you? What if you love everything else apart from you? For that will fall apart and everything of you. For that will fall apart and everything of you. So that's one. And the other one. A revolutionary being doesn't surface from the outer rim. A revolutionary being doesn't surface from the outer rim, but begins from the very within. I mean to say, a rebellious deed doesn't come out from the outer side, but it starts from the inner being. That's what I meant to say there. The next one. The insight of the mind shall sense its ability. The insight of the mind shall sense its ability, even if it's concealed from the negative capability. Even if it's concealed from the negative capability. That's one thing. The other one. Every art form is an heartfelt creative discourse. Every art form is a heartfelt creative discourse. Don't seek validation. Better bask in beauty and bliss. Every art form is a heartfelt creative discourse. Don't seek validation. Better bask in beauty and bliss. See, what happens is whenever we write something, we'll be asking for a validation, asking others how is it, how we feel like. So every person is curious enough to know from the other end, how it is. So what I mean to say is you better enjoy yourself, what you are writing, what you are expressing, rather seeking for a validation from others. That is the whole point there. The next one comes here. The universe comes into calling your verse and versatility. The universe comes into calling your verse and versatility as you are a minute molecule, though a magnet for miracles. As you are a minute molecule, though a magnet for miracles. That's one thing. The last one. Flirting is fun and fantastic and a fine art. I'm talking about flirting. Flirting is fun and fantastic and a fine art if you can keep with harmony and secrecy. If you can keep up with harmony and secrecy. And finally, last but not the least, knowledge is too small to know what wisdom is. Knowledge is too small to know what wisdom is, though knowledge is the gateway to wisdom. Knowledge is too small to know what wisdom is, though knowledge is the gateway to wisdom. Yeah. That's where I end my quotes.
That's very valuable, I would say. Uncertainty is certain, and certainty is very uncertain.
Yeah.
Quotations, quotes, or whatever.
Yeah, quotes, yeah. See, nowadays, like nobody has the time to read the long poems and try to understand, apprehend or comprehend with those. So, small lines. See, what happens with me is like I try to write a couplet sort of thing as a quote form, and then I develop a poem out of it. So that's my style of taking a poem.
Agreed, sir. Thank you for coming, and thank you for showing your wisdom and knowledge, or whatever you need to all of us. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. And please welcome the lovely PrabhaSastri sir. Please welcome.
Good evening to everybody. Happy Friendship Day to all my dear friends. Today I am reading one Sanskrit Subhatyam. Then I will read about friendship. Okay. Kanta Kataksha Visikha Kanta Kataksha Visikha Nadahanti Yasha Chittam na nirdahati कोपकृशानुतापः कर्षन्ति भूरि विषयाच्च न लोभं पासहै लोकत्रयं जयति कृष्य मिदनं सधीरः. It means సుందర పడతుల కనుచూపు బాణాలు ఎవరి హృదయంలోనికి దిగజాలవో సుందర పడతుల కనుచూపు బాణాలు ఎవరి హృదయంలోనికి దిగజాలవో కోపం అనే అగ్ని ఎవరి మనస్సును కాల్చలేదో ఆశాపాశాలతో ఉన్న ఇంద్రియ సుఖాలు ఎవరిని ఆకర్షించవో అటువంటి ధీరుడు 3 లోకాలను కూడా జయిస్తాడు. దట్ ఈస్ అవర్ Prasanna Kumar. Then I will read on the friendship poem. Okay? స్నేహమే అందం. స్నేహమే అందం. స్నేహం అనేది ఒక చక్కని మాట. అర్థం చేసుకుంటే అతి మధురం. అర్థం చేసుకుంటే అతి మధురం. ఆడవారికి ఆడవారే అయ్యే స్నేహం ఉంది, మగవారికి మగవారే స్నేహం ఉంది. అవి సహజం. అవి సహజం, నిత్యం, సత్యం, అందరూ ఒప్పుకునేది. అయితే ఒక ఆడ మగ స్నేహం అపురూపం. బాగా అర్థం చేసుకునే ప్రోత్సాహం ఉండాలి. వక్రంగా తిక్కగా ఆలోచించరాదు. వక్రంగా తిక్కగా ఆలోచించరాదు. స్నేహానికి ధర్మం, పేద, సిరి, వయస్సు, మితి ఏదీ ఉండదు. ఆ బంధాలు సమాజం మంచి మనసుతో చూడాలి. కాలచక్రంలో ఎందరో పరిచయం అవుతారు. అందరూ మనసుని మంచిని పంచుకోలేరు. అవునా? ఒక్కరు ఆత్మీయులై తోడుగా నిలుస్తారు. నిజమైన నేస్తంలా మిగిలిపోతారు. వెలకట్టలేని జీవన జ్ఞాపకాలతో నిలుస్తారు. కానీ కొన్ని కారణాల వల్ల వాళ్ళు దూరం అవుతే ఆ రక్త సంబంధాల వారు మరణించి ఇచ్చే బాధ కన్నా మిన్న. ఇక చెప్పలేని రోదన, పిచ్చి కన్నీళ్లు. ఊహలు, చేయూత, స్ఫూర్తి పంచుకునేవారు కొరతై ఊపిరి ఆగిపోయే దుఃఖాలు. మరణంలో జతగా ఉంటాను అనేది ఆత్మస్నేహం. అటువంటి మిత్రులకు హార్దిక శుభాకాంక్షలు. నమస్తే to listen everybody my poems. Thank you very much, Prasanna and my friends.
Thank you, ma. That's a lovely expression. Wonderful. Whenever you come, you know, I shine up, glow. I see a glow in your face, and I mean, mesmerizing. Very active kind. That was on tribute to what I call friendship. It's basically a male and female friendship. So how pure it is when visualize. Wonderful. Please give a round of applause, my dear.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma. Please, now let us take upon call upon or take Bala, a student mentored by P. Suvarna ma'am, and she's doing a wonderful work, in the remote corners of this Andhra Pradesh, and she's a child. She studied. The girl is studying 10th standard, and she has written a poem. So please shower your blessings and call upon us. Let us listen. Beat Bala Tripura Sundari. Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
can I speak now?
Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir, and good evening to all the illuminary poets. Prabha ma'am, the poem is very nice, lovely poem. Every time I love to listen and see your facial expressions, very nice. And after that, ma'am, thank you, Prasanna sir, for giving me this opportunity, and for my student in the garden of my poetry in Mava school. Another budding poet have bloomed. So I'm very happy to say that last 2 weeks back, two of my students have read. Whenever I write a poem, I just show it on the IFB panel and I tell them, I give all the certificates also, always I show them and just motivate them. This is a certificate I have received from the International Poetry Group for Tail Bronze. I just show them and tell them, and I show the poems what I have written every time. That time these children used to ask me, ma'am, please tell us how to write. Then I used to give them, apart from my syllabus, I just give them some guidelines. A torchlight of poetry, I just show them, and these children used to, they have written. I'm very much proud and I appreciate them. And I also, and always Prasanna sir will encourage us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity. And I ask, now I request Bala, please recite your poem. Bala, voice is not heard. Voice. Unmute your mic.
Okay, madam.
Okay, first introduce yourself.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Bala Tripura Sundari from 10th class B section in AP Model School, Tamada. I want to tell about a poem with you. Poem title is Nature. Everything is nature. God gave us this feature. Birds fly in the sky and mountains are so high. Nature is God. And don't make us rude. It gives everything without expecting anything. Nature is like our father and it protects everywhere. Nature is joy and don't use as toy. It is so green and help us to stay clean. So it is our duty to protect nature and to stop the melting glacier. Thank you everyone for giving this valuable opportunity to me.
What a wonderful, how confident you are, Sundari. I mean, Bala, Tripura Sundari, how confident. And, I see what do you, I mean, Roopali ma'am, would you like to say something, or Padma ma'am?
Yes, I firstly congratulate you, Suvarna, for encouraging these young girls to write poetry in English. Of course, I'm sure they can write in their own mother tongue also, but when English is a language that is, recognized, and it gives them more confidence. Nature, my dear Bala Tripura Sundari, what a lovely name. Nature is our friend. Today is Friendship Day. Today is Friendship Day, and you have spoken of our best friend, which is nature. Unless we befriend nature, we are not there. Okay, so keep writing, and we loved your poem. Thank you so much, and just keep writing. And even when you're not on this program, you can still write and send it to me. I'd love to read your poems and your friends also. Thank you so much, Suvarna. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I'm being an English teacher. I just teach them. That is the reason. English I'm teaching. That is
Padma ma'am, Padma ma'am would say.
Yeah, hello, Suvarna. It's nice to hear from you that you are teaching your students how to write poetry. Naturally, it's quite natural when we are English teachers. The students will get influenced by us. I was also an English teacher. Still, I'm teaching English. Yeah, Bala Tripura Sundari, you tried really well, and you wrote about nature and how we are supposed to take care of nature. Everything, you wrote in a very beautiful manner. Keep writing. Take some simple topics and just keep writing. When we talk about nature, it's a vast subject. You can write a lot of things, right? Keep writing. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Thank you.
As Prasanna told that you are really confident. That will give you energy. Yeah, keep writing. Nice. It's nice to listen to you.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah. Tell your friends also to start writing like you. Yeah.
Already, she's a third one, ma'am. Already two girls have already written, and they have introduced to this 2 weeks already.
Okay. I came after 6 months, so I don't know that. Yeah. Anyway.
Thanks for your encouragement, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thanks,
congrats,
Thank you so much
Suvarna.
for your
Keep doing, keep inspiring them with your words. The way you inspire them, that will,
Yes.
bring them to the platforms like this. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right.
Thank you, Padma ma'am. Thank you, Roopali ma'am. Thank you, Suvarna ma'am, for introducing Bala. And Bala, you're so lovely. I could see your face, glowing and, the bright, shine in your eyes. Keep writing. God is nature. What is it? Nature is joy. Like God is love. Love is God. Like you put it so beautiful.
Their thoughts are very pure and real, actually. Yeah, that's
pure and real. Exactly, ma'am. Thank you, Bala. Please keep coming, keep writing, and keep inspiring. Never neglect studies, and these are the thing.
Yes, sir.
Last time. So, yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, thank you, Suvarna ma'am, once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Please welcome Roopali, Dr. Ganga Lakshmi Patnaik.
A pleasant evening to one and all present here. I am Ganga Lakshmi Patnaik, India. Delighted to wish you happy Sunday and like to recite a poem. Title is The Love Apple. Title is The Love Apple. Love apple actually means tomato. Tomato is always a symbol of love. Though not responsible for romance, but sparks lost for more tomatoes. Tomatoes are associated with love and prosperity. So when the rate is high of tomato is disappeared from many houses. So mothers are in puzzle how to prepare curry or all other things because tomato is the principal media of the spices. That means for curry, all these things. Now, the title of my poem is The Love Apple. Suddenly day came, tomato flown away, its absence a silent part of suffering. Going sky bearing red, aimlessly, tomato bobbed up and down like pieces. Heart is sobbing. I know mom chewed the chaff of tomato's absence, lies like withered twig. Started dreaming tomato, singing its red color, weeping, weeping, and waiting. I wish I were tomato to be lifted away by mom's love madly and carry mom's laughter, fencing within arms, hugging tightly. In orchard where neither togetherness nor aloofness matters, only lasting tomato song. Mom staring at the tomatoes, stupefies, stops winning and shouting. This is the end of my tomato poem. Thanks, dear poet friends. Sir, another small poem is there, micro poem. Contentment. Title is Contentment. Happy International Friendship Day, friends. Friends forever, always. August 4th today. This is International Friendship Day, not national. National already gone on July 30th. The sight of my friends filled with contentment, dignity that helps me to minimize stress, anxiety, eliminates envy, jealousy. My desires are fulfilled and I regained my amity and tranquility. This is the end of my second poem on friendship. Thank you.
Beautiful, ma'am. Beautiful. I like the tomato one. Tomato, yeah, indispensable tomato sauce. Beautiful. That's very witty. I always write you, write you keep. I always know how you keep yourself inspired every day. You write up, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Anita Sharma, Dr. Anita Sharma.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sorry, sir, I'm not driving, so I would be reaching by half an hour at home. Only then I can recite.
Sure.
So I'm listening to all the beautiful inner poems. Good evening, all of you, and congratulations those who has presented. If I reach in time, definitely I'll give you a call. I'll switch on my mic and then I'll recite the poem.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, please take care. Please welcome Saraswati Poshwal. Is a wonderful, writer and has her own platform. Is promoting literature, poetry. Please welcome Saraswati Poshwal.
Hello, good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab, salam. Thank you so much, K. Kumar ji, entire team members. I've been listening everyone, but very nice poems and very nice session. Thank you once again. Wishing you all a very happy Friendship Day. So today I'm going to present one of my poem for you. I wrote this in the morning today for this special day, evening. So this is a tribute from my side to all of you. Hope you all like my poem. So the words are here. Friendship Day. I found you. I found you. You found me. I found you. You found me. I was very weak. I found you. You found me. Sorry for the interruption. Sorry, the words are not like this. Sorry, I started from somewhere else. It was to be here. Yeah, friendship. We sailed in the same ship. We sailed in the same ship. I found you. You found me. We sailed in the same ship. I found you. You found me. I became pearl with the warmth of your friendship. We sailed in the same ship. I found you. You found me. I became the pearl with the warmth of your friendship. This is for all of you. Tribute to you all. We sailed in the same ship. We sailed in the same ship. I found you. You found me. I became essence with your praise. I became essence with your praise in our friendship. We sailed in the same ship. I found you. You found me. I became strong stem in shelter of you. I found you. You found me. I became strong stem in the shelter of you, your friendship. We sailed in the same ship. I found you, you found me. We sailed in the same ship. I found you, you found me. My pains touched you. My pains touched you. You healed me with the embrace of your friendship. My pains touched you. You healed me with the embrace of your friendship. We sailed in the same ship. We sailed in the same ship. I was a small starlight. I was a small star. Light of your friendship enlightened me. We sailed in the same ship. I was a small star. Light of you, your friendship enlightened me. We sailed in the same ship. I found you, you found me. I was very weak. I was very weak. I became strong with your friendship. I found you, you found me. I was very weak. I became strong. Your friendship nurtured me, my soul. I reached my goal. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your friendship, all of you. Few lines in Hindi, small lines. मैं एक बुझता दिया, मैं एक बुझता दिया, मैं एक बुझता दिया हूँ, वो दोस्ती की लौ से जलाते चल दिए। मैं एक बुझता दिया हूँ, वो दोस्ती की लौ से जलाते चल दिए। मैं एक बुझता दिया हूँ, वो रोशनी की मैं बुझता दिया हूँ, वो दोस्ती की लौ से जलाते चल दिए। मैं एक बुझता दिया था, वो दोस्ती की लौ से जलाते चल दिए। मैं एक बुझता दिया था, वो दोस्ती की लौ से जलाते चल दिए। दोस्ती का रिश्ता वो बखूबी निभाते चल दिए। दोस्ती का रिश्ता वो बखूबी निभाते चल दिए। रोज साथ ना रहे, रोज साथ ना रहे, फिर भी रोज साथ ना रहे, फिर भी सुख दुख में साथ निभाते चल दिए। वो साथ ना रहे, फिर भी रोज सुख दुख में साथ निभाते चल दिए। मैं एक बुझता दिया हूँ, वो दोस्ती की लौ से रिश्ता निभाते चल दिए, वो दोस्ती निभाते चल दिए। धन्यवाद, उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आई होगी।
बहुत
ये मेरी कविता है।
वैसे क्यों बुझता दिया, क्यों
बुझता दिया था? We get light from others, we get nurtured, our soul gets nurtured with the if suppose we are together, we are sitting together in the friend circle, we each of us appreciate one another, we listen to them, and that's why with their support and all we become a light, and yes, we can become light as well as light-hearted and motivated and inspired. That's why बुझता हुआ दिया ही होता है हर कोई। जब कोई सपोर्ट मिलता है, दोस्ती मिलती है, तो उसमें हम लोग आगे मोटिवेट होके आगे चलते हैं। These were my words. और एक हिंदी में यदि हो तो मैं एक और सुनाऊं कविता, लिखी हुई पुरानी है, ये तो मेरी आज की थी दोनों, अगर है तो मैं
तभी तो तीन
वो छोटे छोटे, वो तो छोटे छोटे
नहीं नहीं नहीं
चलो वो नेक्स्ट टाइम के लिए, दैट्स वेरी नाइस वन। ठीक है, वो अगली बार के लिए रखते हैं। थैंक यू फॉर योर फ्रेंडशिप ऑल ऑफ यू, हैव अ नाइस डे, हैप्पी फ्रेंडशिप डे टू ऑल ऑफ यू वंस अगेन, हैव अ नाइस डे। थैंक यू सो मच के कुमार जी।
थैंक यू मैम। प्लीज
उम्मीद है
वेलकम
पसंद आई।
शोभा देशपांडे।
नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, वणक्कम, गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड इवनिंग, गुड नाइट, सब कुछ जहाँ पर जो भी हो। आज फ्रेंडशिप डे है, सब लोगों को हैप्पी फ्रेंडशिप डे। तो फ्रेंडशिप डे के दिन हम सब लोग इकट्ठा हुए, ये परिवार के लोग, तो बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। तो उसके लिए हम एक छोटे से पहले शोले का याद आता मेरे को, तो एक दो लाइन बोलती मैं। ये दो राग तो नहीं है, फिर भी प्रयत्न। ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे, तोड़ेंगे दम मगर आप सबकी दोस्ती न छोड़ेंगे। हर हफ्ते मिलते हैं, एक दूसरे के कविता सुनते हैं, हंसते गाते रहते हरदम हम सब, ये दोस्ती हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे। अभी एक आप लोग कविता बोल रहे थे तो लिखी थी मैं। तो दोस्ती तो प्रसन्ना जी आप सब दूर दूर के सभी लोगों को भाई का नाता, फैमिली का नाता, दोस्ती का नाता सब कुछ जमाए, तो बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। तो नेक्स्ट तेलुगु में बोलूंगी। आज छोटे छोटे कविताएं 3 भाषाओं में बोलूंगी। स्नेहितुडु, కష్టములలో ఆదుకునేవాడు స్నేహితుడు. కష్టములలో ఆదుకునేవాడు స్నేహితుడు. నిస్వార్థ ప్రేమను చూపేవాడు స్నేహితుడు. నిస్వార్థ ప్రేమను చూపేవాడు స్నేహితుడు. బీద ధనిక లేకుండా ఉండేవాడే తారతమ్యం చూపని వాడే స్నేహితుడు. బీద ధనిక తారతమ్యం చూపని వాడే స్నేహితుడు. మాతృభాషతో సంబంధం లేని వాడే స్నేహితుడు. మాతృభాషతో సంబంధం లేని వాడే స్నేహితుడు. బహు అమూల్యమైన ప్రేమనిచ్చేదే స్నేహితుడు. బహు అమూల్యమైన ప్రేమనిచ్చేదే స్నేహితుడు. చిన్నప్పటి జ్ఞాపకాలు తెలిపేదే స్నేహితుడు. చిన్నప్పటి జ్ఞాపకాలను తెలిపేదే స్నేహితుడు. కలిసి మెలిసి బ్రతుకుదామని చెప్పేవాడే స్నేహితుడు. కలిసి మెలిసి బ్రతుకుతామని చెప్పేవాడే స్నేహితుడు. అన్ని వేళ్లలో, కష్ట సుఖాలలో అన్ని వేళ్లలో నవ్వించేదే స్నేహితుడు. మంచి స్నేహితుడిని మనం ఎప్పుడు ఎన్నటికీ మరవొద్దని నా తపన. ఇది ఇదండి తెలుగు. తర్వాత మరాఠీలో కూడా ఒక చిన్నది రాశాను, ఒక్క నిమిషం. आपल्या दोस्तांना भेटो चला. आज आपने इसमें मिलना है इसलिए समय पर पहुंचना है बोल के आपल्या दोस्तांना भेटो चला. कमीत कमी फोन तरी करू चला. कमीत कमी फोन तरी करू चला. त्यांची प्रकृतीची समाचार माहिती करू चला. अभी कोई एज हो गए, कोई ये हो गए, इसलिए त्यांची प्रकृतीची समाचार माहिती करू चला. जुन्या आठवणी करू चला. जुन्या आठवणी करू चला. हशी खुशीने राहू चला. हशी खुशीने राहू चला. आनंद प्राप्त करू चला. आनंद प्राप्त करू चला. अरे तुरे म्हणून गळ्यात हात घालू चला. अरे तुरे म्हणून गळ्यात हात घालू चला. चला चला आपल्या कविता सम्मेलन मध्ये जाऊ चला. कमीत कमी फोन करू चला. कविता मनो चला. अब हिंदी में है. अभी अभी लिखी गड़बड़ में. दोस्त तो ऐसा चाहिए. दोस्त तो ऐसा चाहिए जो कष्ट सुखों में सहायता कर सके. दोस्त तो ऐसा चाहिए जो कष्ट सुखों में सहायता कर सके. अपने विचारों को सुन सके. अपने विचारों को सुन सके. बचपन की बातों को याद दिला सके. बचपन की बातों को याद दिला सके. अपने आत्मबल को बढ़ा सके. अपने आत्मबल को बढ़ा सके. कृष्ण सुदामा के जैसा प्रेम कर सके. कृष्ण सुदामा के जैसा प्रेम कर सके. मार्गदर्शक रह सके. मार्गदर्शक रह सके. सदा सबसे हिलमिल कर रह सके. सबसे हिलमिल कर रह सके. निस्वार्थ भाव से रह सके. निस्वार्थ भाव से रह कर सके. ये दोस्ती का हमारे विचार थे, हम आपके सामने रखे. धन्यवाद. ये जो भी अवसर प्रसन्ना जी ने दिया, सभी लोगों को, सभी दोस्तों को सैल्यूट. आप कहाँ पर भी हो, सभी सैल्यूट, नमन. అందరికీ కూడా నమస్తులు చేస్తూ ధన్యవాదాలు.
You're I mean, you're what do you call second PrabhaSastri ma'am. Maybe like you're very active. I like your voice. Weight in your voice. You hold off 3 languages, 3 or 4 languages. A mother tongue.
नहीं, ये अभी अभी लिखे भैया, अभी अभी लिखे. हम बोले कि फ्रेंडशिप है, आज लिखेंगे बोल के.
That was done impromptu. Oh my God. What is comment on your languages, 3 languages, remarkable, ma'am.
और अपना ये फ्रेंडशिप डे के दिन आपका कवि सम्मेलन रखे, इसलिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपको और सभी फ्रेंड्स को. रूपाली मैडम को भी. रूपाली मैडम कैसा लगा?
Thank you, please. Please welcome, please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome P. Suvarna.
Good evening, sir. Good evening to all of you. I'm very happy to be in this Fertile Brains group. And now I would like to recite my poem. The title of the poem goes like this. I am for you and you are for me. I am for you and you are for me. The very thought of you like a cool breeze in the scorching heat. The very thought of you like a cool breeze in the scorching heat. The very thought of your absence melted my presence. The very thought of your absence melted my presence. The very thought of your love looks of those days germinated love sprouts. The very thought of your love looks of those days germinated love sprouts. Now the very thought of your love looks melted my frozen eyes. Now the very thought of your love looks melted my frozen eyes. You are for me and I am for you are yet reneged promises. You are for me and I am for you are yet reneged promises as broken mirror pieces. The promises of I am for you and you are for me are now as mirages in the desert of my heart. The promises of I am for you and you are for me are now as mirages in the desert of my heart. I am for you and you are for me. Words as showers quenched my love thoughts. But now those words chasing me as painful volcanoes. But now those words chasing me as painful volcanoes. Broken promises as autumn leaves fallen from the tree of my heart. Broken promises as autumn leaves fallen from the tree of my heart. Thank you, sir. And one more Telugu poem, which I have written, and I'm very much excited to say I have written in my 8th standard, a Telugu poem. It's nature, Prakruti. ఎంచలేని ఎంత వింత ప్రకృతి ఏ రూపము లేదు తనకు అయినా అది ఆదినాదంగా ఎగిసింది ఎంచలేని ఎంత వింత ప్రకృతి ఏ రూపము లేదు తనకు అయినా అది ఆదినాదంగా ఎగిసింది సుస్వరాలుగా పలికింది సువర్ణ రేఖలుగా మెరిసింది స్వప్న సుందరిగా నడిచింది పేరు ప్రఖ్యాతలు గాంచింది సుస్వరాలుగా పలికింది సువర్ణ రేఖలుగా మెరిసింది స్వప్న సుందరిగా నడిచింది పేరు ప్రఖ్యాతలు గాంచింది అణువణువున స్నేహ శృతిలయలను కురిపించింది అన్నపూర్ణ లాంటి బంగారు పంటలు పండించింది అన్నపూర్ణ లాంటి బంగారు పంటలు పండించింది తీయనైన నవరసాల ఫలాలు పండించింది తీయనైన నవరసాల ఫలాలు పండించింది ఇంద్రధనస్సు లాంటి రంగులు గల సుగంధ ద్రవ్యములు సువాసనలు గల వెదజల్లిన పరిమళాలు గల ఈ ఆకృతి లేని సుందర ప్రకృతి ఇలా అద్భుతమైన ఈ ప్రకృతి నవవనితలా సాగింది థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ I have written at the age of 8th class Telugu poem.
You have written it at the age of 8th class, but it is such a mature kind of even adult can hardly put this kind of the imagery that went into. Oh my God, 8th class. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay.
What would you say, Shava?
I have written the date also 95 and 28 February and my childhood days.
Remarkable. And there's such angles you have put. I mean, I have no words. That was Suvarna
I used to go to the library. I used to read a lot of the library books, sir. I like to read the what we call the Nightingale of India. What is her name? I forgot.
Sarojini Naidu.
Sarojini Naidu. Yes, Sarojini Naidu poems I used to love, and most of the poems
Wow.
Reader's Digest also I used to read when I was in 8th standard only, sir. Now the children are not getting the Reader's Digest to read also.
Yeah,
Reader's Digest book I used to read in 7th
yeah,
standard.
not in the earlier version. It used to be, such a big. I think now the
Fun.
volume is very big and now it's small, concise. But yes, that was beautiful. Please give a round of applause, my dear
Thank you,
friends.
sir. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, sir.
Thank you. We love to have you. Please welcome Dr. Roopali Sircar Gaur, our mentor, please.
The moment you say I'm your mentor, I suddenly start feeling very, a very elderly, wise lady, which I'm not. Thank you so much, Prasanna, today for inviting us. You must forgive me. I don't know why we need to forgive if we're emotional, but it is an emotional day today because, we're in our own homes, wherever we are, in far-flung places. We don't have a friend sitting with us, but you all are there with us. We're all there together, and we have a friendship which is deep and abiding, and it is through literature, and it is through the songs that we sing. And I think, Prasanna, you need to mention that Suvarna is teaching and working with children in a far-flung part of this country. And I think is it a rural area where the school is? And therefore, it is one of the reasons why we are paying a lot of attention to what she's doing, because she is taking poetry, and English poetry, writing in English, to children who are left behind. They are not children who have all the facilities available to an urban child. So thank you so much. And Suvarna, it's very interesting that you have read a poem which you wrote when you were 8 on nature. Of course, a very beautiful, your metaphors, your language, everything. And your student is also writing on the same subject. Anyway, on Friendship Day today, because it is, in our Vedas and in our culture, friendship plays a very important role. A true friend, in the Vedic thing, is a person who inspires us in the path of God, shields us from all vices and temptations, intercedes on our behalf with God, and prays for our spiritual welfare. So a friend is somebody who is also a guru and a guide. We must remember that. So my parents used to be very, very careful as to who we were friends with. Now, the friends that are, the word mitra, which means friend, comes from the goddess Mitra, from our cultural stories. And Mitra and Varuna were very great friends. Then we have Krishna and Draupadi. We have, men and women, what do you call it? Friendship. And we have Krishna and Radha. We had Rama and Sugriva. They were great friends. And then we have the great story of Krishna and Sudama. So we cross cultures in terms of gender, communities, because in the case of Karna and Duryodhan, which is not looked upon as a great friendship because they came together not with good intention. So the good intention has to be there. So this is my little poem on the story of Krishna and Sudama. Now, it's in a narrative style, so it goes this way. My dear friends, this is an ancient Indian story. When the past was hoary, it is a tale of two dear friends, two Mitras. One named Krishna, the other Sudama. One was a king of Dwaraka, and the other a poor temple priest. As children, they were Guru Mitras, learning ethics and wisdom in the same Gurukul, from the same great teacher. Friendship is beyond blood. It is a story of true love, where all feelings merge, and of pure, unselfish love, there's a heartfelt surge. To the palace of King Krishna went the poor Sudama with a small cloth pouch of puffed rice. Ashamed of his paltry gift, he hid it from his friend's sight thinking it was not right. Krishna was king. He should gift him a ring made of purest gold. They cannot now be friends like of old. But the all-seeing, all-loving Krishna snatched the pouch and began to munch and rejoice. Puffed rice was Krishna's favorite childhood choice. Seeing this, Sudama begged forgiveness with a choked voice. His eyes soaked in tears, he put aside his fears and embraced his friend Krishna. Never again would he doubt a true friend's love. Peace perched on him like a dove. Then Krishna spoke, Sudama, my dearest friend, friendship transcends all barriers, all doubt, all carnal desires. It is the only visible form of the divine. It is the only visible form of the divine. This is the story of Krishna and Sudama. Sudama and Krishna are friends immortal, whose legend of friendship shows us a glimpse of God. Thank you so much. And thank you, Prasanna. You and I are a generation apart. We are from different genders, we are from different parts of the country, but we have a deep friendship, which I hope will last to the last breath of my life. And thank you so much.
A minute, Prasanna ji. Yeah, in connection with this, yeah. Sudama and Sri Krishna. Andanane kandittu sandosham kondo tasya dainyam ചിന്തിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളിലുണ്ടായ സന്താപം കൊണ്ടോ എന്തുകൊണ്ടോ ശൗരി കണ്ണു നീരണിഞ്ഞു ധീരനായ ചന്താമര കണ്ണനുണ്ടോ കരഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൂ. Very good.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining in with me. Thank you so much.
Like you said, ma'am, friendship transcends the borders. It's elevating, spiritual, eternal. Friendship cannot be defined and it cannot be limited. And within the frame of genders, within the frame of age, timeless. Whatever you mentioned, I think I could, least if I could qualify, that is, I feel honored. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We are really,
we are expecting your poem, Prasanna ji. Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
Your poem.
Yeah, we have voice out there here, so I'll share. So please welcome our next poet, Miss Anita Sharma, Dr. Anita Sharma. Ma'am, please unmute your mic.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I was traveling from Shimla to Delhi. I couldn't write something on a friendship in a day, but I was really glad and very happy to have so many poems on the friendship. And happy Friendship Day to all my poet friends, and especially to you, Mr. Prasanna. It's wonderful, to have such kind of platform, at least for souls, those who are known as the poetic souls. But I was really moved by news, I think that had happened 3 or 4 days ago. And on that day, I couldn't, sleep all the night, thinking about the plight of that, little child. And somehow I wrote down something at 2 a.m. at night. So I'm going to share that. It's a pathetic, theme, but still, please bear with me. It's not the right, theme for Friendship, Day, but still I'm trying to, I couldn't forget that. So I had to express it poetically, and I wanted to share it with all my poet friends. I have titled it Rape of a Bud. I'm a little bud with 12 seasons of spring. I was born and brought up in a city so sacred, where governed the Lord of Justice and Mercy, whose empire leads to an ideal state, till this date. I'm a feeble little girl, alive without a father, waging with siblings and a laborer mother, often half-clad and half-hungry on most days, half into the adulthood and its strange ways. A bud on a bush is scared by a bee for honey. Alas, a mere cookie lured me into a dirty trench where satanic biting dogs, so filthy, just dragged, drugged, and dirtied my anatomy. For hours, days, and months, my lifeless frame was raped, molested, pictured, and beaten. I became a scared dead bud with a teary soul, soaked in blood, impregnated with a life within. Oh, great Joda! And the modern secular folks, why my pain is invisible to the politics of potential? Why my soulful tears, cries, my voice and poverty is unheard, uncared for by the officers on roll? But before justice, if there is any in a corporeal world, my petals and sepals would be distorted profusely by the so-called educated humans on the name of descriptive inquiry in detail. I will have to live, die with an excruciating pain and trauma caused by humanizing, just like a piece of furniture designed of a green tree and decorated in a drawing room so deadly. An unlawful, painful pulse within me has come, either for justice or to grant scary life or death to me and my loved ones. I don't understand being a bud because I'm pruned and plucked before I flowered. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. How could we, these are the college situations that happen around, and sometimes we could barely, we could only witness and hear, and maybe like you react through words and through poetry, and we express some pain or anguish. So please give a round
So
of
horrible.
applause.
Couldn't sleep all the night, and I was.
Ji. So please give a round of applause to Dr. Anita Sharma. Thank you, ma'am. Please welcome Dr. Ms. Satinder Gaur, who's sat again, says always gives out a thoughtful verses and thoughtful, poetry to think about, very serious kind. Please welcome Satinder Gaur. Satinder.
Good evening, Prasanna ji, Roopali ji, and everyone here, all the esteemed poets, and wishing all of you a very happy Friendship Day. And we are here together on this day, and so I wrote something on friends only. So the poem goes like this. The title is Friends, the Lifelines. Friends are the sunbeams in the life's stormy sea. Friends are the sunbeams in the life's stormy sea. Provide us with courage and laughter, expecting nothing, giving their warmth in free. Giving their warmth in free. They are a lighthouse. They are a lighthouse when we are enveloped with mists. Show us the direction, turning everything right with a small twist. In moments of need, They are the sturdy oak. In moments of need, they are the sturdy oak, offering us shelter from life's thunderous stroke, offering us shelter from life's thunderous stroke. In their presence, we find solace and peace. In their presence, we find solace and peace, a bond unspoken, our heart's coveted release. A bond unspoken, our heart's coveted release. Like a soft breeze on a summer's night, they sweep away sorrows, making our burdens light. Like a soft breeze on a summer's night, they sweep away sorrows, making our burdens light. As pillars of strength, they stand tall and proud. As pillars of strength, they stand tall and proud, lighting us up in all circumstances. They would always stay around. Lighting us up in all circumstances, they would always stay around. Like rivers they run, like rivers they run, that run deep and wide, they flow through our lives, help us to take big strides. Like rivers that run deep and wide, they flow through our lives and help us take big strides. So let us cherish this treasure. So let us cherish this treasure, rare and true, for friends are the lifelines that pull us through. For friends are the lifelines that pull us through. Thank you.
You said it all, ma'am. And with your friendship and friends. Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. That is lovely. I love your reading as well. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome Manjula Asthana Mohanty. Yes, Manjula Asthana Mohanty is a well-known writer. She writes in Hindi and English.
Good evening and greetings to one and all present here. I'm just lost in such beautiful poems and thinking about each and every poem again and again. So this today is a very special day and we are here. So I congratulate all my friends, poets, and especially Prasanna, everybody. My greetings and well wishes to all of you. एक छोटी सी मुक्तक पढ़ना चाहती हूँ। एहसास तेरा ए दोस्त सुहाना है बहुत, एहसास तेरा ए दोस्त सुहाना है बहुत, मेरी जिंदगी में तेरा बस आना है। तेरी यादों की जमा पूंजी, तेरी यादों की जमा पूंजी खजाना है मेरा, यादों का एक जाम बस छलकाना है बहुत। So, very happy Friendship Day to each and everyone. और दोस्तों की बात चलती है तो बहुत सी बातें याद आती हैं। तो मैं यादों का किस्सा खोलूं तो कुछ दोस्त बहुत याद आते हैं। मैं गुजरे पल को सोचूं तो कुछ दोस्त बहुत याद आते हैं। दोस्तों की बात चलती है तो हम बात करते हैं सबसे पहले अपने प्रथम मित्र की, प्रथम दोस्त की। और हर एक बच्चे की सबसे पहली मुलाकात, सबसे पहली भेंट, सबसे पहला संपर्क अपनी माँ के साथ होता है। माँ शिक्षक है, माँ मित्र है, माँ गुरु है, एंड एवरीथिंग शी डज फॉर द चिल्ड्रन। और बच्चे भी सबसे ज्यादा अपनी माँ से ही प्रभावित होते हैं। मैंने भी अपनी माँ के साथ बहुत ही सुंदर पल बिताए हैं और मैं ही उनको वो मेरी सबसे अच्छे मित्र मेरी माँ ही थी। तो मैं आज अपनी माँ के विषय में ही कुछ कहना चाहूंगी और वही मेरी सबसे अच्छी मित्र है। तो माँ, कितना मीठा कितना प्यारा शब्द है माँ। कितना मीठा, कितना प्यारा शब्द है माँ। मुंह में मिश्री सी घुलती, मुंह में मिश्री सी घुलती, कानों में बजती जो शहनाई है। कितना मीठा, कितना प्यारा शब्द है माँ। मुंह में मिश्री सी घुलती, कानों में बजती जो शहनाई थी। कैसे कौन भूल सकता है वह सारा जीवन, कैसे कौन भूल सकता है वह सारा जीवन, जिसके हर पल क्षण में, जिसके हर पल क्षण में बस तू ही समाई थी। महकती है मेरी रसोई, महकती है मेरी रसोई परिचित सुगंध से आज भी। रेसिपी तो वही है, रेसिपी तो वही है ना जो तूने सिखलाई थी। रेसिपी तो वही है ना जो तूने सिखलाई थी। गिरते रहते हैं मेरे बाल घर भर में, समेटती हूँ तो याद आती है कैसे तूने बालों की अच्छी देखभाल करवाई थी। घर का कोना कोना चमकाती हूँ, घर का कोना कोना चमकाती हूँ बार बार मैं। सफाई सजावट, सफाई सजावट की आदत तुमने ही तो डलवाई थी। फूलों बाग बगीचों से कितना प्यार लगाव था तुझे। फूलों बाग बगीचों से कितना प्यार लगाव था तुझे। तेरी स्मृति ही में, तेरी स्मृति में ही तो मैंने सुंदर सी बगिया सजाई थी। डर जाती थी रात के अंधेरे से मैं माँ कभी कभी। गूंजती है अब वो मीठी लोरियां, गूंजती हैं अब भी वो मीठी लोरियां जो तूने सुनाई थी। मन करता है कभी कभी, मन करता है कभी कभी कोई गीत गुनगुनाने का। अब गा नहीं पाती हूँ, अब गा नहीं पाती हूँ वो धुनें जो तूने गवाई थी। संबंध बनाना, संबंध बनाना फिर निभाना देखा था मैंने। यह कला बखूबी तेरे व्यवहार में समाई थी। सरकने नहीं देती हूँ आंचल दुकान बाजार कहीं भी, सरकने नहीं देती हूँ आंचल दुकान बाजार कहीं भी। सम्मान सुशीलता की बातें तूने ही तो सिखाई थी। कैसी दूरंदेश सोच समझ पाई थी तुम, कैसी दूरंदेश सोच समझ पाई थी तुमने। समानता स्त्री पुरुष की तुमने ही तो समझाई थी। तू बहुत सुंदर, तू बहुत सुंदर, प्रतिभाशाली, बहुत सुकोमल थी माँ। तेरी जैसी रूप रंगत, तेरी जैसी रूप रंगत मैंने भी तो पाई थी। तू चली गई माँ तो क्या हम जाने देंगे तुझे, तू चली गई माँ तो क्या हम जाने देंगे तुझे कभी। रहेगी मेरे दिल में, यादों में सदा, रहेगी मेरे दिल में, यादों में सदा जो तूने ही बनाई थी। माँ कितना मीठा, कितना प्यारा शब्द है। मेरी प्रिय सखी, मेरी प्रिय मित्र, मेरी गुरु और मेरी सच्ची साथी, मेरी माँ को मेरी तरफ से श्रद्धांजलि और मेरे सभी प्यारे दोस्तों को वेरी वेरी हैप्पी फ्रेंडशिप डे। थैंक यू।
बहुत खूबसूरत पोयम थे मैडम आपकी। और माँ जैसे शब्द के आगे तो शायद कोई भी दोस्त नहीं है, क्योंकि हर लड़के की जो पहला और आखिरी एक राजदार दोस्त होता है वो शायद माँ ही होती है।
जी हाँ,
और
बिल्कुल।
हम शायद उस प्यार में कहीं डूब गए थे, याद ही नहीं रहा कि कुछ कहना भी है। बहुत खूबसूरत, बहुत खूबसूरत, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपने हमसे शेयर की।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Ma'am, it is a beautiful poem. Actually, today morning, in this morning, very fast morning, my daughter comes to me, and at first she tells me,
I think
"Mother,
Prasanna
happy."
sir is not here.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
She told me happy
Okay.
Friendship Day and give me a kiss. So it is very powerful poem. Thank you, ma'am.
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच। आप लोग पसंद आए, मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई। और माँ के प्रति सबके मन में वही भावना होती है, और एक ऐसी शख्सियत है माँ जिसको कभी कोई भुला नहीं।
Roopali ma'am, I think Prasanna sir is not here.
Okay, so shall we call Isaac? Rohan, have you read your poem before? Isaac can read his poem. I've lost track of who's reading here.
रूपाली
I
मैम,
think
आप क्या कमेंट करना चाहेंगी?
Can Isaac hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Dear Dr. Roopali, dear
Yeah.
friend, dear Lenten, Terrier, and other friends in the world. I declare love. I touch you. Your mind swings with angel of the throne. And the second, I declare peace. You kill me. I kill you. You kill me. I kill you. God says, why do you destroy my creations? Thank you, Cohen, Israel, and I hope the peace will come soon. And
thank you so much, Isaac.
Only,
Very
and
relevant
only
poem.
culture and happy in the world. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. I think his poem is very, he always reads very, very short poems, but they say so much. There's so much,
Yes.
because
Thank you.
today we, it's a day where we haven't really worked on a theme, but people have been reading on friendship and truly. Why must we fight? Why must there be wars? It's a very relevant question. Somebody's.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, who do I call upon? Who hasn't read? You please volunteer to read your
Ma'am, I
poem.
have not read.
Okay,
Roopali
please
ma'am, I
come
have
on.
not read.
Okay, Sudipta, come along.
Happy Friendship Day, ma'am. How are
You
you?
too, you too. You're my dear friends.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I'm so blessed. And there is some sound, I think.
Please mute your mic. Others, please mute your mic. Okay, go ahead, Sudipta.
Okay. I'm reciting the poem of my daughter. Ma'am, I think there is some sound from, I don't know from where it's coming.
Ignore the sound. There are sounds everywhere.
Yes. Now it is okay. So the poem is Traitor. My daughter has written it. It is a reverse side of poem on the occasion of Friendship Day. Actually, her friend has cheated her. So she has written a poem, Traitor, on this occasion of Friendship Day. So the poem goes like this. Yes, she is a traitor. Do you know? With whom I tied a precious bond, she fragmented that into pieces, but pretended to be one with me and true. She chatted with me delightfully, but in my absence, she often stabbed me many a time. Her secure presence, which gave me a secure place always, now nowhere I could trace. I was a coward who had no consciousness. Her fake smile was filled with full of arrogance. Me, a fool, wished her good wishes on many occasions, but she neglected me very often. In all pleasurable situations, I regarded her as the most loyal bosom body, but she regarded me as an adversary. A lot of effort I invested for flowering the blooms of friendship, but within a few seconds, she devastated my emotion into shreds. Dear, even today, your sweet reminiscences are there. Your cheerful faces will always float in my eyes. Dear, I know that you are now with someone else. But for me, your memory will always be the false dreams that I saw with open eyes. It's over. It is written by Shreya Sampada. My
Beautiful.
daughter.
How old is your daughter?
Beautiful.
How old is she?
She is 14 years. 14 years.
Wonderful.
14 years old.
Wonderful. So you have a poem of your own. I mean, she's written such a mature poem. Thank you for reading the poem. She could
has
have read
written
it
it today,
herself.
by today.
She could have read it
Yes, ma'am.
herself. She could have read her poem herself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Sunita,
Yes,
you
we
have
can.
a
Yes.
poem? Let's hear you.
Actually, I have translated one of the Odia poems of my uncle into Hindi. May I read it?
Yes, certainly.
The poem's name is आसमान का तारा. बहुत दिन से आसमान को लिख रहा हूँ चिट्ठी, उसे डाल रहा हूँ समय के डाक बक्सा में, मगर वो चिट्ठी सही ठिकाने पर पहुंच रही कि नहीं जानता. जानने की कोई गुंजाइश भी नहीं है. एक अनजाने बंदर घर में पिछले कुछ सालों से नीरव होकर अटका हुआ हूँ. एक अनजाना, अनदेखा दुश्मन के साथ जूझ रहा हूँ. बहुत दिन से मेरी प्रेममयी जीवन संगिनी सावित्री की व्रत कर रही है, पर एक बार भी यमराज मेरे आत्मा को ले जाने के लिए नहीं बोले हैं. न जाने क्यों मैं और एक अनजानी अनदेखी प्रेमिका को संधान में घूम रहा हूँ और प्रतिदिन खा रहा हूँ झाड़ू का प्रहार सावित्री के हाथों से नीरव होकर. खत्म हो गया.
I like the way you said Chaturanga. It's such a
Very
beautiful
good.
poem. Such a beautiful poem.
Thank you, everyone.
Anybody wants to say anything
Happy
about it? I love the way you, begins this letter, the letter that we have written. It's so beautifully. It's written in
Thank
Oriya,
you,
is
ma'am.
it? Okay, thank you so much. So who is there who hasn't read a poem or a poem?
Good evening, ma'am. I am Shama Prasad Patnaik. I have
Yes,
not.
yes, okay, yes. Yes, Dr. Shama Prasad. I look forward to listening to your Oriya poem the most. Please come along.
Good evening, dear friends.
Welcome.
Good evening, madam, and thanks, Roopali madam and Prasanna, for inviting me. And good evening, very Friendship Day, happy Friendship Day to all over the world, which is celebrated all over the world. So I have written a poem for friendship. I have tried to give some definition. Hope you like it. The title of my friendship poem is True Friend. True friend succors his friend, be it rain or sunshine. A real friend accompanies his friend left alone by everyone. True friend follows his body up to funeral pyres of necropolis. Bond of true friendship, even God loves, pure and divine. This holy relationship is highest form amongst all earthly bonds. Joys of one friend celebrated by other as own delight. Struck by friends' griefs, tears roll down from counterparts' eyes. It's a priceless, unique gift to humanity, always God sent. Lucky are those who have been gifted with true friends. Agonists of one friend makes another sad, restive, and sleepless. Selfless embodiment of love during need hours displayed in deeds. True friend rescues friend, even putting own life in threat. And that is the end of my friendship poem. Friends, recently, one of my poem about fireflies was published in Tahira of Sargam platform. That I translated into Oriya. Shall I go with it? My Oriya translation. The English title is Fireflies, Twinkling Little Stars. So I am rendering the Oriya translation. I have translated myself. ମୋ ଓଡ଼ିଆ କବିତାର ଶୀର୍ଷକ ହେଉଛି ଜୁଳୁଜୁଳିଆ ପତଙ୍ଗ ଝିଲମିଲ ଛୋଟ ତାରକା। ଜୁଳୁଜୁଳିଆ ପତଙ୍ଗ ମାନେ ଗ୍ଲୋ ୱାର୍ମ। Here it goes. ଶ୍ରୁତିର ଅଳିନ୍ଦ ଦେଇ ପଛକୁ ଫେରିଗଲେ ପିଲାଦିନର ସ୍ମରଣୀୟ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତ ସବୁ ଆଜି ମନେ ପଡ଼େ। ଚନ୍ଦ୍ରଶୂନ୍ୟ ଗୋଧୂଳିରେ ଗ୍ରାମର ମାଟି ରାସ୍ତା ଦେଇ ଯିବାର ମଧୁମୟ ବେଳା। ସବୁଜ କ୍ଷେତ ଉପରେ ଚମକୁଥିବା ଜୁଳୁଜୁଳିଆ ପତଙ୍ଗର ଆଲୋକ ମେଳା। ଆକାଶକୁ ନଭଶ୍ଚୁମ୍ବୀ ଅଟ୍ଟାଳିକା ଚୁମ୍ବନ ଦେଇ ସବୁଜତାକୁ ନିଜ ଭିତରେ ହଜାଇ ଦିଏ। ଛାତ ଉପର ବଗିଚାରେ ପ୍ରିୟା ସହ କାଟିଥିବା ରୋମାଞ୍ଚିତ ମୁହୂର୍ତ୍ତ ସବୁ ମନେ ପଡ଼େ। ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟା ହେଲେ ଚାରିଆଡ଼େ ବିଦ୍ୟୁତ ହାଲୋଜନ ବତୀ ଖୁଣ୍ଟରେ ଚକମକ ଆଲୁଅ ଜଳିଯାଏ। ଆଜିକାଲି ଅଧିକ ବିକିରଣ କରୁଥିବା ଜୁଳୁଜୁଳିଆ କୀଟର ମେଳା ଆଉ ଦେଖାଯାଉନି। ଆଶ୍ଚର୍ଯ୍ୟ, ଉଜ୍ଜଳ ଚମକ ସୃଷ୍ଟିକାରୀ କୀଟପତଙ୍ଗ ସବୁ କୁଆଡ଼େ ଉଭେଇ ଗଲେ। ଶୈଶବର ନରମ ପାପୁଲିରେ ଛୋଟ ଝିଲମିଲ ତାରକା ପତଙ୍ଗ ମାନେ ଝଲସି ଉଠୁଥିଲେ। So this is the end of my recitation. Hope you like it. Thank you for listening and watching me. Again,
Yes,
I am
beautiful. You know, when we read in our own mother tongue, it's so sonorous and so beautiful. And since, Sanskrit is the basis of most of our languages, we are able to understand. And I really appreciate your poems very much. Thank you so much. So, I think Prasanna is having some sort of an internet problem. Who would like to read right now? Can you tell me?
Thank you.
Is everybody finished? Has everybody read their poem?
Hello, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, please,
Hello?
please volunteer to read your poem.
Ma'am, I am here, Mili Das.
Okay, Mili Das, yes. Most welcome, Mili.
Ma'am, thank you. Good evening to you and all of my friends. Happy Friendship Day to all of you. Actually, friendship is something to nurture and celebrate to all of us. And a good friend is a good connection. Thank you so much for your beautiful invitation. Now I am going through my poem. The title of my poem is Reinvesting Myself. Society reminds me I am getting old. My family reminds me I am getting old. My children reminds me, Mom, you are getting old. Can you be alone? Menopause stopped. So I am getting old. The wrinkles on my smooth chins reminds me I am getting older. So now I have to avoid dark lipsticks, dark makeup. Light colored clothes suits you. Society fixes everything. Thus we have to fight with our mind. A terrible war starts in my mind. Sometimes I forget that I am also human beings. I have some desires also. I can still plant trees. I can teach society. I can love myself. I can make new friends. Even I think if I want at this age again, I can still fall in love. If I want, I can also carry a baby. I can be a mother again. Every human character has an age. Age is a wonderful social regulator. In society's eyes, if you grow old, never let your mind grow old. In this world, again and again, we wouldn't be born as human beings. Age is not any barrier to keep ourselves healthy and well. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Millie, for such a beautiful poem. And you also rendered it, so beautifully. And it's so so much needed to hear these words because, this is something none of us can fight. We have to grow older. And it is good to grow older because we don't, that means there's a development problem. And if your child is not growing older, that means there's a development problem. So if I'm not growing older, there's some problem there. But, just before the program started, or I think when it was on, I got a phone call. And this was my friend from Goa who's 95 years old. And she called me up to say how blessed she was to have me as a friend. And I said that to her too. So that's how the evening began. But I would like to, really congratulate you for your poem because at the end of the day, we have to be friends with ourselves. We have to be our own friends, and that is what your poem said.
Thank you, ma'am.
And that the friendship with yourself, to be your own soulmate, to be your own self, is to be friends with God. Thank you, Millie. I'm so impressed. So impressed.
Namaste, ma'am.
And who do we call upon now? Please tell me because I don't know the sequences. Oh, Prasanna, you're back. My God, you're my lifeline.
You're my lifeline, man. You saved the day. I mean, it's due to internet breakdown, I was, flipped out. And thank you, Manjula, ma'am. That's just such a lovely, beautiful, expression of yours in Hindi and on mother. And thank you, Sudipta, ma'am. Thank you, Millie, ma'am. What a powerful message. And Roopali, what do you call this? Reviewed. I mean, I have no words. I have one or two pieces who shared. I mean, Dr. Muralidhar, he's a elderly retired, senior advocate. He's 85 plus years old. He requested me to read out his poem. So I am just reading out. Everyone says there is corruption. Yes, there is corruption. It cannot be controlled by anyone. People say it is an international phenomenon. Files move on, the wheels of corruption. Yes, it is true. Corruption makes many things. Either a coin or a million. Corruption is an uncontrollable demon. Law says giving or taking is an offense. Who are following the rules and regulations? Everyone wants to get his work done by hook or crook. This is the policy of prudent persons. So everyone is encouraging corruption. Yes, it is an unending process. That was his written piece. And one is in Telugu. I don't know whether I could able to justify, but I would try to read. I would try to read. Shobha ma'am and Padma ma'am, please, I beg your pardon if I could just, flip out. ఈ ప్రశ్నకు బదులేది నాడు ప్రత్యక్షంగా రాజ్యమేలారు నేడు పరోక్షంగా ప్రజా రాజ్యమేలుతున్నారు వాళ్ళవి గొంతమ్మ కోరికలు హక్కులు షరతులు దబాయింపులు పరమత సహనం అంటే ఉన్నత మతాన్ని నీరు కార్చడమా రాముడు మిథ్య రామసేతువు మిథ్య నా మతం తథ్యం నా గద్దె తథ్యం కాదా అనే మతం వాడిది అది వాడికి సిద్ధాంతమా తిప్పలు ఎన్ని పెట్టినా వాళ్ళ పండగలకు పద్మాలకు చేకూరుస్తారు సౌకర్యాలెన్నో చాతుర్మాస వ్రత దీక్ష అన్న అయ్యప్ప దీక్ష మారే
మరే మాల వేసుకున్నా తప్పనిసరిగా అన్ని గంటలు పని చేయవలసిందే. వండవు ఏ రాయితీలు వీళ్లకు, వాడిది అసుర మతం, వీడిది నారాయణ మంత్రం, వాడిది ఉగ్ర సిద్ధాంతం, వీడిది శాంతి స్వభావం, శాంతమంటే చేత కానితనం అంటూ గేలి చేస్తాడు. దబాయింపుతో పని చేయించుకుంటాడు. ఓట్లు బ్యాంకు కోసం పాటలు ఎన్ని పెట్టినా కిమ్మనని పాలకులు నాడు ఇంటింటా భాగవత రామాయణ భారతాలు, నేడు ప్రతి ఇంట ఖురాన్ బైబుల్ గీతాలు, మత రక్కసుల దొంగచాటు దెబ్బల మతం మార్పుడులు, మతులు పొగుడుతున్న సబ్కు సమ్మతి దే భగవాన్ అంటున్న గాంధీయిజం, నిన్ను నన్ను ప్రశ్నిస్తుంది హే రామ్ అని ఒరిగిపోవాలో జై శ్రీరామ్ అంటూ విజృంభించాలా. కొలనపాక మురళీధర్ రావు, Nalgonda. This is written and published poem. That is something. I hope I justified his writing. Padma ma'am and Shobha ma'am.
We enjoyed listening. I enjoyed listening to you, Prasanna. Good.
I don't know the pronunciation and
yeah, here and there a little bit, but on the whole, it was good. It was good.
नहीं, आपने बहुत पढ़ा बोले, आपको पूरे लैंग्वेजेस आ जाते। वहां पर कुछ त्रुटि दिखाई नहीं दी और पढ़ने में बहुत आनंद, मतलब आपको आया, शायद सुनने में बहुत आनंद हमको आया।
Thank you, ma'am.
बहुत अच्छा लगा।
I think he is watching Muralidhar Rao sir. He's 85 plus, so he's listening. So this is my
बहुत अच्छा लिखा।
Thank you, ma'am. I will convey this thing. Padma ma'am and Shobha ma'am, Roopali ma'am and Landran, here is my take on friendship, Sreedharan sir and Manjula ma'am, Manatita Hutchinson. Friends, who are they? I attribute my writing skills to the one who nudged me to pen the verses they always were behind, pushing me further to go ahead to pirouette with the ink and the quill. I'm no poet nor a creative thought, scribbled I words to amuse my senses, eventually liked by the blossoms of poetry. Encouraged by the comments, moved a step, clung to the thoughts, put down the mighty pen, pinned down the feelings on the parchment, which I never even in the wildest imagination dreamt of, scrambling weird musings. Breaking hell loose, I continued my travel, gnashing the reader's mind, hardly knowing of meaning of meter, measured the hearts of newfound buddies who patted my back with due recognition. Boosting my morale made me scale the escarpments with the tether of alphabets. No lyrical ballads saw the light, but the imagery of writing made a mark with the resonance that reverberated to celebrate the joy of penning afloat, and the beating of heart made the thumping noise that turned my breath with the cadence of rhyme and rhythm. And this standout of mine is dedicated to my respected pals who would remain in the nook of my soul, always and ever. Thank you.
Nice.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया। संचालक भी बहुत अच्छा है, बोलना भी अच्छा है।
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, very well expressed.
Very
nice. At the end of the, such a beautiful poem, Prasanna. And at the end of the day, after listening to all the poems, I really wanted to say something. I hope it makes sense. That a friend is in need is a friend indeed. And I have found friends in strangers. You know, if you have an accident, let's say, God forbid, and somebody helps you and takes you to the hospital, who's your friend? Sometimes your friend may not be able to help you. Sometimes your friend is not able to help you. He's not been able to come to you. Don't condemn such friendship. Remember that, when one of my friends couldn't turn up to my son's wedding, so I called them up after the wedding to find out if they were well. Because if you actually believe in friendship, then you'll be concerned. You must be concerned about your friend. If your friend has not been able to help you at a particular time, there must be a reason. The person may himself or herself be in some difficulty. So let us be more compassionate to our friends, more kind, and not feel that a friend is somebody who is always helping us. You could be helped by, somebody who's just a neighbor. So, who is your friend? In the Bible it says that love thy neighbor as thyself. So I think that we should be more compassionate with our friends, be more understanding. If they haven't called you, check on them. Call them up. So what if they haven't turned up for some celebration or something? Don't next time forget them. Just call them up. How are you? Are you okay? All's well with you. So I think that's my little, no paisa wala wisdom. And it's been such a wonderful evening.
Yeah,
And the
thank you,
friendship
ma'am.
that we have on this, the amount of smiling that we do on this program. Prasanna, you brought us so much of love and so much of friendship. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for, making my day, and thank you for being a part of mine. I would say part of mine. And happy Friendship Day to all of you, and keep smiling, keep yourself, healthy and lively. And thank you once again. See you next week. Taita, bye bye.